Hey everyone, you are watching the Indian Dev. I am Ayush and I am back again with another exciting React.js project, or we can say this is a mini project for React.js. And as you can see that in this particular video, we are going to develop this amazing React weather application, which will be fetching the weather information for your city. Like as you can see on the screen that this is our application, and from here I can search about the weather of my city. Like if I just wanted to search for Delhi, then I can simply write here as Delhi and I can click on search. Then it will call an API, and like from that API itself the data will be received on the front end. And yes, like from that API itself we are fetching all the information about the temperature, about its sunset time or maybe sunrise time, the wind speed, the pressure and the humidity. So in this way, like we will be identifying that what's the weather of our city, or you can search for like any of the particular city. Like if you just wanted to search for London, then you can simply search London and you can have a look that like what's the weather in London right now, and what is the time of sunset, what is humidity, how's the wind and how's the pressure over there. So yes, developing this amazing application will be a little more exciting, and I'll be showing you guys like how we will like fetch the data from API and how we can design such good UI for our application. So for that, all the source code and like any kind of information whatever you need is available on this repository, that I can like drop the link of that in the description box, so you can find everything here: the demo of the application, the APIs that I'm using, the API query, or we can say the get API that we'll be using, and the libraries that I'm using. So everything you can find out from this repository itself. And if you are concerned about the icons or the images that has been used, that you can also like download from the given link. So yes, like before jumping onto the actual video or the development, I just wanted to make sure that if you guys are new to my channel, the Indian Dev, then please make sure to subscribe to the Indian Dev. And if you guys are using Instagram on the daily basis, then please make sure to follow me over there, where I'm constantly sharing the tech related content. So yes, you guys can follow me over there as well. Now the thing is which API we will be using. So like before the actual development, we can do the setup of that. So for APIs we are using the Open Weather APIs. Open Weather APIs is kind of APIs which provides the data of the weather. So if I go into the pricing section, then there are like several ranges of the pricing. But before, like just for the learning purpose, as we are using this API, so we will go with the free plan as of now. So if I just click on the pricing, then yeah, let it load. So yes, for the free segment we can like use these APIs, like the current weather API we will be using in this application. So this API will be responsible for fetching the weather of the current time, so we will be using that. For that you just need to create an account over this Open Weather API, and you can simply go to the My API keys and you can simply generate the API keys from there. And yeah, like you can generate any number of API keys that will be like required in terms of calling this API that is written over here. And if you want to like study more about the APIs, you can always go to the API section and you find out like how many ways are there to call these API. Like if I just go to the current weather data, then you will see like a complete documentation for every API is available on the website itself. So yes, what I will be doing is I will simply show you guys that what kind of data we are receiving. So I can simply copy this URL, or maybe like I have copied it over here. So this is the API, and here I just need to update the city name. And for the city name, maybe if I can keep the API key here. So API key is fine, and in the city name section I can write down the name of my city. Maybe it's Legal. So if I can click enter, then you will see that the data for like my city, that is Legal, is available here. And like from this JSON itself I can have the complete information that I need on my application, like everything: the temperature, the sunset time, the humidity, the wind, the pressure, everything is available here. Like you can see the sunset sunrise time, the wind information, the temperature information, the weather description. So everything is available here. Now we can jump onto the development part. For that, I'll simply open up my terminal And in this terminal, what we'll doing is we will just create a React application. Like I can create npm create React app, and I'll name my application as React Weather application. Okay, so the spelling is not correct. So this particular command will be creating or setting up the basic React project for us. Then, and it's gonna take some time. We will meet once it's done. I'll open up this particular application in our VS Code code editor, and then we can start coding this amazing React Weather application. So now that npx create command has created a sample application for us, like it has done the setup for the base of our application. And what I've done is I just ran the command npm start, and it has started my application over my local host. Now what we can do is I can simply install some of the libraries that we will be using in this particular application. One is styled components, that is for styling the components, and another one is Axios, that we will be using for fetching the API response. Now it's gonna take some time. Till then, what we can do is we can simply go over the code. This is the index.js file, and one thing I can do is I can remove the, maybe if I can minimize this, I can remove the unnecessary code, all the logos and the CSS, because we will not be using the CSS as of now. As we are using the style components, I'm going to remove some of the files as well, just to make our project structure a little clear. So I remove them from the package.json itself. What we can do is we can simply go to the package.json file, and from here I can remove the testing stuff, because as of now we will not be doing any kind of testing, the code based testing. We'll be doing the manual testing. And the app.js file, what I can do is I can simply remove these as well, and instead of that a React logo, just for testing I can write the indent app, and I can remove this class name as well from here. And in the index.js file, what we can do is we can simply remove this as well. Now we are having the minimal code structure, and let's see if I refresh this. So yes, now we have the clear picture of our application, where we are just having the index.js file in which the app is being binded to the HTML, and in the app.js file we will be coding our weather application. So here we are, you can see that all the required dependencies has been installed in our application. Now we can close this package.json file, and we can jump onto the app.js. Now the next thing is how to code this application. For that, we can visualize or we can analyze from the application that what components we will need in this application. So if I can simply refresh, then you will see that this particular application contains exactly two components, or we can say that two bigger components. One is for searching the city, and once I search the city, then it will show the weather information. So we can identify that this particular component can be divided into two components. One is city component and another one is weather component. But before that, before jumping onto the components, we can import the style components. So for that I can simply import styled from the style components, and once it's import, what I can do is I can create a container for this application. So for that I'm writing constant container and styled, and it's gonna be a div. So I will use these two backticks. Now the thing is, if you guys are not familiar with the style components, then you can simply go to my channel and look for the video of the style components. That is pretty simple to understand how it works, and you can also learn from this project as well, what things we will be doing with this. I can define the properties like display flex. Next thing can be the flex direction. Flex direction can be column. Now the thing is, as we have discussed, I'll be creating exactly two components. One is city component and another one is weather component. So for that I can name as city component, and similarly I can have the weather component. Now I can again go back to my container, and in this container what I can do is I can simply write the city component, and similarly what I can do is I can simply have my weather component. Now if I can refresh my application, then I'll see that all the components are visible there. So here you can see that the Indian tab, city component, and the weather component is available here in a row manner. Now what we will be doing is once we have entered the city, we will conditionally rendering these two components. Once we are having the city, we will show the weather component, and before that we will be showing the only city component to the user. For that what I can do is I can simply have this I can define the width of this particular thing. One thing I can do is defining the property. So in terms of properties or styling, if you are confused or if you are not sure with the styling, then you can simply go to this particular repository or the repository URL. You can simply go to the app.js file, and there you can find all the stuff related to the styling. Now let's jump onto the styling part. What I can do is I can initially I can define some of the properties like margin auto, and some of the alignment properties, align items as center. Now the thing is I just wanted to make some sort of this kind of shadow here, that is box shadow. So for that I can simply have the box shadow styling. Some of the padding I can provide. For padding I will go with 20 pixels and 10 pixels, and in terms of the border radius, let's take it as 4 pixels. The border radius is here. Now the thing is I can define some of the width. The width can be I can limit it to 380 pixels so that it can work simply fine on mobile itself as well. And background color I can provide background as white, simply white color. And as we will be developing this application as black and white combination. So yes, that's it for this part. Our component is pretty much good. Now what we can do is we can have this city component design, but before that instead of the Indian tab, what I just wanted to write here as the React weather app. I also wanted to design this, so I can name this as app label, and this app label I can design it here simply like this. For the styling of app level, I'll take it as span, and this span the property should be color can be the black one, and font size we can take as 18 of pixels. Font weight we can take as bold. So yes, React weather app is here. Now the thing is I just wanted to code this application in the different font, so I can simply go to Google and simply search for this font, and this is the font that is available from Google Fonts itself. So what we can do is we can simply generate the URL or the link for that, and I can simply place that in my HTML file. So once it's loaded, we can like have the URL itself. I already have the URL. I can simply go to the index.html file that is available in the public folder. So in the index.html file, I can simply place my link to that particular font. Like if you can see here, this is the fonts from Google and it is showing that font family as Montserrat, and I can simply like close this now, and if I can define the font family here, the font family I have already defined here, so that like now you can see that it has been reflected to my application. So we will be using this font throughout the application. Now what I can do is, just to simplify the things, I can create a folder here like inside the source as modules, and inside these modules I can have like new file as we can say the like component files. So the new file will be city component, and the another one will be weather info component. So in these files we will be like coding the flow for like each of them. So simply I can do one thing, like in the city component I can simply write const city component and make it as the functional component, and I'll simply return some of the text from here, maybe like this, and like I'll be exporting this from here, export default city component. This way I can like always import this in my app.js. Similarly I will be doing this in the weather info component, or maybe if I can choose the name as weather component, I can simply extract this, export this. Now in the app.js file what I can do is I can simply close this, and I can simply import the city component from here, and similarly I can import the weather component from this file. So this way we need not to have like all the stuff here. I can remove this so that our app.js file will be like a little more cleaner. So now what I'll do is I'll simply remove this part, and like as of now I'll remove this as well. Now you can see that this is the app level, and initially we will be working on the city component. So I can simply go to this file, the city component, and here we can start like designing our city component. So I'm importing the style from the style component itself, just to start like designing the city component. And inside the city component what we can look at is like here inside the React application, if I can simply refresh this, then like this is again the like React weather application that we already have in our application. And now like for the city component we can see that this is the logo for maybe the weather logo, and this is the label to choose your city, and there is a search box. So simply we can like define them here. And in the app.js part you can see like everything is fine here, like the padding we have already provided, and yes. So like in the city component we can simply go here, and I can start writing maybe the const. Initially I'll define the const weather logo, and that will be the image tag style.image, and inside this like this part the weather logo I can define the width here, like the width and the height. Width can be 140 pixels and the height can be again 140 pixels. So like for like having the logos, like you can simply go to this particular repository, and in the repositories public folder you can find all the logos or icons. So you can simply download these icons from here because all are the SVGs icon and optimized one, so you can use them. What I will be doing is I will simply like copy all the icons in my public folder. So if I can like reveal this in the finder, yes, in the public folder, if I can go, I can simply place, like if I can create a new folder that is icon, and inside this icon folder what I can do is I can simply paste all my logos. So all the logos are like available here in the SVG format. Now like if you can have a look in the icons, we are having all the logos, so we need not to worry about logos now. And from here what I can do is I just need to return some sort of JSX. So I can start with the React fragment, and inside these fragments I will be using this weather logo, and if I can provide the source to this weather logo, I can simply write like the logo that I wanted to choose. So for that I will go with this Perfecto logo, and if I can close this, for source I can write icons or the icon slash the file name. Now let's see, yeah, so the logo is here, and we can like always provide some sort of margin, and for margin I will go with like 40 pixels from top and bottom and auto in the horizontal way. Now you can see that we are having our logo. The next thing we can think of is the city logo, the label for finding your city. For that I can like name it as choose city level, and this will be a span tag, as we will be having like the text here. So I can choose the color as black, or one thing we can do, I can, okay, so like color is fine. Font size we can provide, font size can be 18 pixels, and the font weight is again bold, and we can like have it here. And inside this choose city level I can define the text like find weather of your city. Now you can have a look, like the text is fine I guess, like because everything is good here. One thing I can do is again provide some sort of margin as 10 pixels and auto. So now the thing is complete. Now we need to design the search box. So for that search box, like as you can see that like here we are entering something and we will be like hitting the enter. So I can design it as like, I need to close this, I can like simply create another constant as search box, and I can design search box as the form. So it will be a form for our application, so I can keep it as form. And like inside the form or inside this particular form we are having an input box and we are having a button. So I can define the initial properties like display flex, and as the components are in column manner, so we need to choose as flex direction as flex like a row. And other than this, what we can define is like some sort of border can be like black and solid and of maybe 1 pixels, some sort of maybe border radius can be 2 pixels. Now if inside this search box what I can have is I can have a input and I can have a button. Inside the button I can like write search, and for the input I can define the placeholder as city. Now if we can have a look, we are having a kind of search box here which is showing the input box and the like the button. Now again we can like provide some sort of styling here. For that, like I can update this margin to 20 pixels. Font is font, let me save this as well. And now if we want to like style this input inside the search box, so I can again use a feature of this style components. I can provide the internal styling for this. Like for inputs I will be having the padding as 10 pixels, font can be 14 pixels, and like I don't need any border for this, border is none. I don't need any outline for this, outline is none. Now you can have a look, like it looks pretty good here. And again, like font weight I can provide, that is bold. So now here like you can have a look, everything looks pretty good. And the thing is font size we have provided, padding is there, border and everything is defined. Now I can do the same thing for button, as button is also like inside the style component. And now you can have a look, like and one thing I can do is I can provide some difference here. Color can be white and the background color can be black. Yes, so now here you can see that some sort of like styling we have achieved here. Everything looks good. And one thing I can do here is like for the button I can provide the cursor as pointer, so that it should like behave as like reactive. If I can refresh this, then you will see like our pointer is changing. So now we are done with the designing of this part itself. And now we can like work on the weather component, like how it will like look like. So for that part what I can do is I can simply go inside this weather info component, and for the initial level I can replace this with the weather component, which is like completely empty as of now. And inside the weather component we can again go for some city and search for that. Yes, so here you can see the app level is similar or the same. Now here we need to define the weather information, the city information and the complete details. So for that, like we can again like develop the same thing. We can initiate with importing the style components that I can simply copy from here in the weather component. And for the weather component as well, we will be using the React fragments, as I don't want to create another, or we can say the extra div here. So for that part, like what we can do is we can initiate with the like a component we can call is at weather condition. So this weather condition, if I can write here as that, I can define as the div, and inside these div I can have some of the properties, like if you can have a look here, like we are talking about this thing. This is having display flex, and the flex direction will be row. So let's see, display flex direction is row. And like just to check it here, like how it's gonna behave, what we can do is we can have some of the components here. Like if I can have the condition, that is this weather condition. So for that I can create another, maybe it is showing as 30 Celsius. For condition I need to like create another component as well. Condition is here, and I can define it as span. Now the condition is here, and we can have the weather icon. And for the weather icon, I can copy this styling that we created in the city component, and this weather logo I can define it here, weather logo. And for the source, like again, for the source as of now, what I can do is I can use the same source for showing it here for the logo. Now if we can have a look, yeah, like everything is looking like everything is not looking good. We can like have the updates in the weather component itself. So we need to define the align items property, align items as center. So like these are in the alignment, and some sort of like if I can provide the 100% width and the justify content property. Justify content can be like the space between, so that these can be aligned as this thing. If I can simply refresh this, we need to provide the margin. We can take it as maybe 13 pixels and auto in the horizontal direction. Yes. Now like we are having the weather logo, we are having the condition, and for this condition, like if I can increase this, if I can inspect and just check like what's happening here. Okay, so we have defined the size like a little big here. So now I can close this, and I can again like update this thing. This can be 100 pixels, and similarly I can have this as 100 pixel as well, and the margin is pretty much more than the required one. So now the weather logo looks like fine to me. And the next thing is like for the condition, and here I'm having like for the text of the condition I can define again some of the margin. Let's say it is 20 pixel and auto in the horizontal, and other than that we can have the font size. Font size can be 14 pixel, and like for this, like inside this, what we can have is we can simply define another span inside this particular tag, and here I can have the 30 C, and here I can write the maybe cloudy, the weather information. So for this span I'll like increase the font size, and the font size can be maybe just double of it, 28 pixels. Now here you can see that like some sort of styling is available here. So if I can like save this, now it looks like the one that we are having here. And the next thing is like apart from this weather condition, we are having the location information, so that for that I can again create a component as location. For that I can like location maybe London, and that is GT, the country name. And for location I can create a constant component, location equals to style dot span, and inside this I can like style this location as well. For this location part, what we can do is we can simply like have the font size as 28 pixels and font weight as bold. The font size is like pretty big here, so I can update this. Now you can have a look, like the city part is already completed. Now what we need to do is we need to define the weather information, like the detailed information. For that I can have like the weather level, like this is this weather level, that is weather info. For that I can again like have a label like this, that will be showing the weather information. So I can define it is as WATHER weather info. And like for like designing this, what we can do is we can again create another styling for this, like we can say it as weather info log weather info. And for defining weather info I can always like update some of the things here, like the font size I can update. And like font size we can have as 14 pixels, 14 pixels. And maybe some sort of margin we can have as like 20 pixels, 20 pixels at the top. And okay, we can define the text alignment, text align to left, or we can say the start. For this I guess we need to find some sort of the width, maybe if I can take 100%. Okay, so we can define it as, just take it as 90%. And some sort of more margin, like maybe take it as 25 pixels and 10 pixels in the vertical. Now like it is at like fine position. And for this, like what we can do is for like defining all these information, if you can have a look, like these are the all the like same component, and they are like repeating depending on some of the data. And like before creating the like weather info components, like if you are confused that like this is a little bit different from that, then like what we can do is we can like align this our like our card in the center of the application. For that I can like, instead of creating another, like I can close this, I can close it as well. And instead of creating another container over this, like over this container, what we can do is we can like provide the CSS to the complete HTML. For that what we can do is we can provide the display flex to everything. And the flex direction, we don't need because we are having a single component. And we can provide the property as justify content as center, and again the align item property. Align items that will be into the center. And if we can refresh this, and let's have a look like if it's fine or not. Yeah, it's fine. We need to provide some sort of height. If we can cover the complete screen, now you can have a look like it is like aligned to the center of the application. And if I can zoom in, then you will see. And one more thing, like you can see the gradient effect here. For that what we can do is we can simply provide the background as the linear gradient. And inside the reader gradient what we can do is we can provide some sort of color, like the color is known as the maybe yellow and white. Let's see if that's working or not. If we can refresh this, it is saying something that yellow and white. Okay, I need to put the semicolon. Now if we can check, yes, so the gradient is working. What I can do is I can simply like choose a little light color. Now let's see. Yeah, now you can have a look. It like looks like that because like the similar effect is here. Now we can jump onto that part. And we were in the weather info component, and inside the weather info component we just need to create the like weather info. For that what I can do is I can simply choose, or we can create the weather info container. Inside this weather info container we will be having the weather info itself, weather info. Now like if we can like, as we are having 4 weather info here, like 1 2 3 and 4. And for this, like I can simply have the styling from my GitHub repository, like as we are now like comfortable with the styling. So what we can do is I can simply like copy this from my repository, and now we just need these 4 components. And instead of like creating it inside this, what I can do is I can simply create another functional component here, and I will use that part here, like here inside this particular thing. And this will be returning the info container, and inside this info container we will be having the info icon, as you can see in the screen, info icon. And other than this, we will be having the info label here, so that like we can have the idea for that. And for that, like for all the kind of, let me check if it like something is missing. So like I can again like have this styling of info container here, and for info icon and info level as well, we can have the styling from the GitHub repo. And like we can also like have a look at this styling, like if I talk about the info container. So what we need to do is we just need to provide the display flex, and the flex direction will be row. So we can check in the like info container display flex direction is row, and like all the like alignments and the margin property. Info icon will be a simple icon, or we can see here, you can see the logo here. So logo is available here. And one thing in the weather info container that is like available here, that is wrapping all the 4 components. What we can do is like just to make it more flexible or more responsive, what we can do is we can simply provide it a property that is you can see here. Like if I just go to the weather info container, here you can see that display flex is pretty common. Flex direction will be row, as we want them as column. And I'm just using the property flex wrap to wrap the components if there is like more data. So if I can like provide the information here, like if I can provide the source here. So for source, what I can do is I can simply provide it maybe like this. If I can refresh this, the source is available here, icons and the temp. Now I can check here like if everything is fine or not. Inside the info label as well, temp.svg, I need to check. Okay, so the directory is not same. Okay, so the icons are low visible here. Now what I can do is I can simply define here as maybe some sort of value like the sunrise, and inside the span I can have the name of this particular property, like the sunrise is here, and its value I can define it as like here maybe 1947. So here now you can have a look like our UI looks like to this part. And like for like making this component dynamic, what I've done is I can get the data from the props. So I'll be receiving the name of the component, and similarly the value for the component. So like if I can pass some data from here, like name of this component and the value of this component from here, then we can make it dynamic. So I'll be doing it for all of that. Like this, I can have the sunrise. For this, like if we can have a look, humidity, wind, and the pressure. So this way, what we can do is we can simply use the data inside this component from the props itself. So I'll be destructuring this const name and the value from props, and this name and value I'll be using here. Like if I can make it dynamic, and the value if I can paste it here. Now you can see that everything is like good here, and the value we can always like receive from here. So now everything is fine. What we need to do is we need to like make these icons dynamic. For that, what I will be doing is I'll be providing these like icons inside these like dynamically. For that, like instead of keeping all the data like in a switch function or switch case, what I have done is I have like prepared a kind of dictionary, or we can say the object of weather info icons. Like now what I can do is I can simply remove the React weather app from here. So like if you are deploying your application to the GitHub pages, then you need to provide your project name as well to find it on the GitHub pages. So I can remove it from here as of now, and if I can remove the S as well, because we are not having the icons directly. Now how can I use it as like here you can see that in the weather info icon, the sunset, sunrise, humidity. So for all the values the icons are available. Now what I can do is I can make it dynamic, and I can use those particular thing, and I can provide the name here. Now let's see. So boom guys, here you can see that all the icons has been updated with the dynamic thing. So this is again a good approach to have like whenever you are with some kind of such kind of information. Now what we can do is we can simply, and again for this like this particular logo, like we cannot hard code this. For this like again we are having the data in the dictionary that you can like that I just created for like the dynamic behavior of the icons. And for that like before that, like I would like to implement the API so that we can like work with the real data and we can have a look. So as of now, like we can start with the city component, and in the city component, if I can save this, I need to work on this like the search input box. So whenever like the information will be changing inside this search component, so two things that we need to maintain in the state, that is the city, or the next thing will be the weather. So for initially city, I'll be creating a React hook that will be like that will be use state from React itself, and the next thing will be the weather that we will be receiving from the API. Now what I can do is I can pass the city to this particular component as city equals to city, whatever the value of city is there, or we can say like I can provide the update city method to this particular component, so that like if the city is updated I can like make use of that in the on change. So in the on change event I'll be doing the update in that city, and that particular feature I'll be receiving the props. So I can like simply destructure that. As you all know that this update city is the method for updating the city, so I'll be updating that city from the value inside this event. So event dot target dot value, this will be updating the city inside our app.js file. And once that's updated, what we can do is we just need to fetch the information from the API. So for that, what I can do is I can simply define a method fetch weather, and this method will be responsible for fetching the weather from the API. I can simply pass this as well, like similar to this. And if I go to the city component and this is the button, and I can define the type of this. Type of this is submit. So whenever the user is clicking on this button or like hitting the enter inside this form, what we need to do is we just need to call this fetch weather method that we are receiving the props. So now it's like pretty clear, and like we are done with the fetch weather is not defined. Okay, it should work because we have defined in the props. So now the working of this part is completed. Now we just need to like work with the API. So for the API information, you can like either go to the open weather API, or you can simply copy the API information from here. So I'll be copying this from here, and inside the fetch weather method, what I'll be doing is I'll be using the Axios library for like calling my API. For that, I can simply write Axios dot get, and inside this get I can define, or I can provide my URL that is like again requiring some sort of API key. For this API key, I can like make it dynamic, and the city name as well. For the city name, what we can do is we can simply use the city that we are like receiving from the city component, and API key I can define at the top of my file in terms of constant API key. I can define the API key here, and you can use your API key for the safe uses. Now we are like done with the Axios part. So Axios is pretty simple, and it will be returning the response here. The response, I can add the await keyword here, so as I need to wait for this like API, and in the async manner. And if we can simply have a look on the API response, that we can like check in the console itself. Response, anything is wrong here. Unterminated template literal. We can refresh this just to check if everything is good. Okay, so somewhere else. Okay, so this is the template literal. I can remove this. Now if I can refresh, then it should work. Now we can go to the inspect option just to check if the API is working fine or not. And in the inspect option, what we can do is I can simply go to the network call, and if I just check for London, and if I click on search button, okay, so then here you can see that the question mark is here because we are working with the form itself. So what we can do is in the fetch weather, we will be receiving some event, and we can prevent the default behavior of the form. Now if we can check, and if we can refresh this, and I can like again search for the London, then you will see console response is not a function. Okay, so we need to write console.log. Now if you can have a look here, like if I can like remove all the things from the console as well. In the network section, if I click on search, then you will see that the API call is there, and this API is returning some sort of data that we have already looked upon in the initial part of the video. And if you can go to the console, then at the key of data, all the data is available here. So what I can do is I can simply like use this data key to update my weather in my state. So what I'll be doing is I will simply like, if I can remove this, I'll be simply having this update weather method, and in this I'll be saving my response.data. Now it's pretty clear to me. And like for the conditional rendering, what I'll be doing is like if the weather is available, then I need not to like show the city component. I'll be showing this weather component and weather component. Otherwise I'll be showing the city component. So here you can see that if the weather is available, then only the weather component will be visible. Otherwise, the city component will be visible. So you can have a look, like if I can click on search, the API will be triggered and it will be updated in our state. The weather will be occupied, and then the weather component should be visible. Let's see. So as soon as I have clicked on the search button, the API got triggered and the information updated in the weather state. and hence the weather component is visible. Now just to make it dynamic, what we can do is we can simply provide the weather from here, into the weather component. And if I can go to the weather component, I can receive all the information in props, and I can find console dot, maybe like we can start working. We can destructure the weather from the props itself. Now what things we can use, like if I can refresh this, and as you all know, like the data that we are receiving from the API, I am having that data here, like here itself. So the things that we can use, we can like identify the keys from here. So for that I need to like jump onto that part, London, and for the London, what I can do is like everything that is like related to the dynamic behavior. So from this weather, if I just need to use the city and the state, the city is available at the key of name and the country is available inside the sys key. So what I can do is I can simply make it dynamic, and as we need to provide the comma as well, so I'll be using the template literals, and in the template literals I'll be making it dynamic. So from the weather key I'll be using the name. Now just to make it dynamic, I am having the weather name here, and for the country itself, what we can do is I can go deeper in the sys dot country part, and the other information is like if I just wanted to find the sunrise or the humidity, I can find in the main key. So for that, for providing the value to humidity, I can use the simple term as if I can clean this, and I can write it as weather.main.humidity. Similarly, if I can check for the wind speed is available in the wind key, so I can again provide the value like this. And for the pressure itself, pressure is also available in the if you can have a look on the response, pressure is available in the main section. Here you can have a look. So if I can simply write it as weather.main.pressure, this is the optional chaining. If the weather is not available, then it will not check for these elements. And for the sunrise and the sunset, what the name will be for that, you can have a look, whenever there is a day or there is night, so you will find the D or N in the icon itself. So from analyzing the is it a day or night, we can analyze the data from the weather information, and that is available in the icon itself, weather and the 0th element. So what I've done is I have defined is it a day or is it a night. If that weather is containing D, then it means it's a day, and depending on that part, I will be providing the name as if it is a day, I'll be showing it is if it is a day, I'll be providing the sunset time, and else I'll be providing the sunrise time. Similarly, if it is a day, I'll be choosing the data, and what I'll be showing here is the sunset time or maybe sunrise time. For that, if I can go to the data, the sunset and sunrise is available in the sys key. So what I can do is I can simply use, or for defining the time, it is the epoch time, or we can say the timestamp. So just to get the time from the timestamp, I have created the method that will have the timestamp, and from the timestamp it will be converting that to hours and the minutes. So what I can do is I can simply call this method get time, and depending on that particular thing, we need to opt for the sunrise or sunset. So that's why I have used this is day, and that we'll be choosing from the sys key inside the response. So now I think everything is dynamic as of now. One thing that is remaining, that is the description, what is the description of the weather, that we can again opt from. If I can provide this as the template string, and inside this template string, what I can do is I can choose the description as well. And for like showing the temperature itself, what I can do is I can again make it dynamic, and inside the template literals I can define the things. If everything is fine, so what I'm doing here is like the temperature is not available in the Celsius here, like the temp you can see it is not available in the Celsius, so I'm just converting that into the Celsius part. Now everything is dynamic. We just need to check if everything is fine or not. If I can go with London, then you will see that the information is updated dynamically, and we can analyze it from the like exact application itself. The humidity is changed, like from the time we started the developing this application. The wind is also changed, so you can see the data is real time. If I can refresh this and if I can search for London here itself, then you will see that the data is correct. So now the thing is everything is dynamic here, and everything looks good. One more thing that we can do is we can make these like icons dynamic. Like if I talk about any condition in maybe in India, like if I write it for Aligarh, then you will see that the logo is similar. And if we talk about our application, the deployed one, then you will see that the icons are dynamic as per the conditions. As here few clouds are there, and the like time is like at the night, and as we are in the night, so it is showing as the sunrise time. So what we can do is we can, for like making this like logo dynamic, what I've done is I have simply like created another structure, or we can say the weather icons array, and here itself I'm like I can remove this as well. And you know the reason behind this, like the path strategy, because in if you are deploying it in your application on GitHub Pages, then you need to provide the complete path of your like icon. So I'm just refreshing this. And the icons, like another approach to like use the icons, if you don't want to like import or like add these icons in your application, you can simply use the icons that has been provided by the like open weather API. So I can also like provide the link for that. Like if you can simply go to these links, like then you will see the icon here, and like how to identify this icon. So that icon information is also available in the weather part. So from here, if I can use this 04D, and then you just need to replace this with this, and you will see the different icon here. So as per the condition, you can choose the icons from the open weather itself. And in our application, I'm just making it dynamic depending on the weather conditions, and those weather condition I have identified from the like open API itself. Like if I can just go to weather conditions, so inside this URL, the weather conditions, you can find out all the state, like for this logo, what is the description, and like the stuff like that. I have just created this particular structure, and I can make my application dynamic for that. And for making it dynamic, what I can do is I can simply provide the source for this like dynamically. Now you can have a look, like the logo has been updated. And now if we can have a look on our application, then our application is fully dynamic. I can go to London. I can have the, you can see I can have the like definite data for London. I can search for my city or the like nearby city. I can have a look for Agra, and here you can see that data is dynamic, the logo is dynamic. So this is pretty amazing to develop. And if you have achieved this, you can like again develop this application. You can host it to the GitHub Pages. Like I have deployed my application to GitHub Pages. And like if you are like confused about deploying this, I can provide you the links like how you can deploy the application on GitHub Pages. Thank you for watching this video, guys. If you guys like really like this video, then please make sure to hit the like button. The target for this video is like pretty less, that is 40 likes. So you can like this video, comment it out what next you need in terms of learning, and make sure to subscribe to the Indian Dev, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Thank you very much.